Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Mob Psycho 100, Season 2, Episode 9. Okay.
Alright.
Last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What is there to say? I mean, come on.
So, it's gonna be okay. Everything will be daijoubu.
I don't think so.
Everything has to be daijoubu because and we'll run out of story, Jacob. So
it's gonna get worse, I think.
Yeah. Guys, here's to hoping we can retain some semblance of sanity.
So why did you have to bring that into this?
Let's get into this. Oh, buddy.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Okay.
But Dimple's probably just lying to calm him down.
What the heck? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, Mob, I love you so much. Mob, I love you so much.
Okay.
Oh,
all right,
buddy.
All
Oh. Oh, obsession 100%.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh.
Okay. But that wasn't show.
Get ready to set me off, Mob. Get ready. Did you ever have Mob? Get ready to set me off, Mob. Get ready. Down, coming down. Can you feel your satisfaction? You're a mob. Could you feel your frustration? Coming down. Can you feel your satisfaction? You're a mob. What you want to be? 今感じてく感情は身にと break it down 限界超え見る景色界 99.9 99.9 Maple Sunset's Genji Could write my life, could write my psych, could write my heart in such a common places. Is that your deal? Is that your mind? You gotta get out of ticket to the mob is right, the mob inside, the mob is inverse of blatant untruth. Is that your duty? Is that your why? You must go. Whoa, your life is your own. Get ready to set me off, Mob. Get ready. Did you ever have Mob? Get ready to set me off, Mob. Get ready. Down. But we'll see. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh! Oh! Oh, dang. I'm not interested. Oh! Oh my god. Alright, so you're not worth it then. Yeah, you're not the one that did this. Yeah. Oh, he's pissed. Yep.
Oh.
So Sho is acting on his own accord. Who said you could pass out? Oh my god. Mob, you're a badass.
Oh.
Oh! Oh! Okay. What is going on? Oh! Oh!
Wow, mob. Okay.
Yeah, because
連れてきたぞ。なんだこの集まりは。
ah, wow.
無事か。師匠、僕の家が家族が。
Oh, buddy. Nice, nice. That was very meta.
ちょっと
Yes.
いいか。ダニー人形ってのはとっさの嘘なの。
Uh-huh.
全く根拠がないわけじゃない。
Okay. Yeah.
お前も冷静じゃなかったんだな。
Oh.
モブ、話がある。モブ、お前の家族は俺も無事だと思うぞ。奴らはまだ向かう途中だったと知る何者かが事前に救出したってことだ。
Oh, what a boy. Oh.
And he believes him. He totally believes him.
Yeah, because Reggie knows Reggie's a good guy. Oh, and he's back down to
安心するなり爆
2%.
睡したぞ。
Yeah, yeah.
こ
Uh-huh.
ちら爪だろ。
Former members.
組織を抜けたのさ。
Oh my gosh, wow.
レーゲン先生に習ってために
Alright.
Wow, awesome.
しかし組織は裏切り者を許
あ
さねえ。
かっこ同時多発的で
Gotcha.
Right.
無事だったな。
本部に対抗するリーダーが必要だ。
こいつらが俺の元に集まったわけ。
ちょっと黙ってろ。
Yeah, yeah,
テレビ
yeah.
を見て
Oh.
天才だと思った
Wow.
物事を対極的に見極め動かすこと
He's now actually going to be their boss.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even ever need to use his psychic powers, you know, his psychic powers.
うちの事務所なんですが。
Yes. Awesome.
いや、みんな大
And I got someone alive that we can
Yeah.
interrogate.
何をしようと俺から情報。
Oh my gosh.
この拷問で儚か
Muda muda.
強力な超能力者をスカウトするため世界を待った
Oh.
Okay.
なるほど。
Oh, for
世
for
界中の
war?
超能力者。
The hard lines on all of them.
どうしますかレーゲン先生
黙ってるわけにもいかないだろう。に通報し
Are they gonna remember to take him out?
Like right after he finishes talking, so
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't know.
記念
Oh,
すべき日によく
Whoa.
集まってくれた。
Okay.
私が爪総代表の
Whoa.
鈴木東一郎だ。
okay.
から
Yeah,
世界
all right,
宣
okay.
宣布告をする。
Wow.
この20
Here
年で
goes.
ものが備わった。
More
革命の
scars.
始めは破壊だ。記者たちに我々の存在を教えてやるの
Wow.
だ。
Oh,
準備はできているな。
準備なんていりませんよ。
oh. Oh, they're gonna use the media.
Yeah.
Whoa. On all channels.
電子機器や
Okay.
電波に関わるシステム
Hattori,
を
okay.
自由に侵入する
Ultimate
その仕組み
five, okay.
は理解していない。
Whoa.
我々は超能力結社爪である。
Well, this is how you
今超能
start.
力で電波を支配している。一部に
Okay.
我々の力はあらゆる下手な抵抗はしない方がいいと忠告している。我々は超能力で世界を能力者を支配下に置くつもりだ。
Oh shit, it's the end of the world.
この国を解体する戦が始まるのだ。
Which country? You're broadcasting everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
クソ親父
Oh.
Oh,
書かせてくれた
dang.
親父を俺がぶっ倒す
Whoa.
行くぞ
Okay.
んだよ
Oh.
の安全は
Wow.
Gotcha.
お前の両親については、俺が
Awesome.
親孝行するためこっそり応募していた件が当選したって嘘を信じ込ん
Wow.
で
All that trauma.
が絡んでるんじゃないだろうな。
安心しろ。食事は海鮮と肉で選べるし、アレルギーも申告すれば対応してくれるぞ。
That's not what he's talking about. Yeah, yeah.
電
Wow.
話に出ないまま
Okay.
Well, this is. I can breathe now. Jeez, like.
何かきっかけがないと爆発できないタイプ。与えてやったつもりだぜ。
Oh.
僕らが家を去った
Oh, so Ritsu wasn't involved in that decision.
兄さんを怒らせるようなことがあったらお前なっても知らないぞ。
Wow, but 600 espers
一
though.
人につき1000人を相手にすれば済む。
No, because all you need is a couple that can face, you know, 100,000 by themselves.
right.
It just sounds like chaos, really.
ヨシフ、何を考えてる？俺たちが一人頭120人倒せば爪を壊滅できる。
Oh.
僕も暴れられればそれ。
Oh my god, this is going
They're
to
not
be
gonna
chaos.
succeed though, right? Like,
が多すぎる。
Yeah, yeah.
一匹の象が1000匹のアリを踏み潰すのにあれこれ考える必要がある。
Whoa.
終了だ。
All right.
ほら。
こういう最低なこと
Wait,
すん
the
なよ
umbrella. Remember? Yeah, yeah.
包まれたら最後
私をかわいそうだと言ったなその言葉
Yeah, I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. Oh, okay.
増やさないでくださいよ
Oh, okay.
流暢を失った手ありえない
Whoa.
爪の視力は
The ultimate
私と
five.
五丁
All
がいる
right.
限り爪は無敵だ
This is what you were saying. Yeah.
なんだと
Okay.
よくやったもったいない
はいこんな俺が社会復帰でき
そういえば島
There's
崎
so many new
姿が
characters.
見えませんが
あいつには別の仕事を任せて
たらふく食べてくれ本部の奴らはなかなか攻めてこない
What is going on with the animation?
この人数じゃな
トーストビーフばっか食うなよもうひかん一人3枚までだからな
ああレーゲン先生に謝れこいうるせえな
テレビでなかった
Wow. No way. Wow. Wait.
はじめまして総理私ゆうべ世界征服を宣言した爪の一総理を誘拐しに参りました
Okay.
外れ視力はないけど
Oh, he's blind?
先読みできるんです
Gotcha.
でも
Whoa.
当たったとしても問題ないね
Oh.
質な力を教えてあ
Instead
げ
of
ましょ
just
う
kidnapping you.
それはねテレポートです
Oh. Oh. All right. This is getting nuts.
ですよ
The way he smiles with his eyes shut.
ええ本気です
Who dat? Who dat? Is this show?
誰ですあなた報道を見て飛ん
Oh,
で
it's
きたら
Teru! Hey!
人生が思い通りに運ぶと思っているならで勉強すると
Oh, yes, you would know all about that. Indeed. Sorry, this guy has precognitive abilities and teleportation. This is a problem. And he's just like, oh, my view of the world just changed dramatically. Oh my god. Oh man. Nope. Nope. It's Lavado. Okay. Okay.
何枚も重ねた新技だ
And he's just gonna appear inside it.
攻めあぐれているうちにみんなも追いつけた
多彩だな
Oh my gosh. Hey, well, if they Alright. wanted to build up these ultimates, then Yeah. they just did it. Uh-huh. Wow. Holy crap.
なんで
All right. All right. Well, that
Okay.
was not what I
Not at all what I
expected.
expected either.
Okay.
In some ways,
Ugh.
I almost thought that if they did this, it would be a mistake because it would be about Mob going on a rampage in revenge. But no, it's that Claw is moving on
Yep.
their own accord, and the Sun, Show, is
Is
trying
actually-
to stop him
Right.
by basically prepping other psychics to be
Mhm.
ready for this kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, I feel so much better. Like this
Hey, well-
episode was a huge relief.
Yeah, like we have a whole lot of
Ah.
things that have been basically like retroactively given context that
Mhm.
makes us just feel a lot better about everything. Holy
Wow.
crap! Oh wow, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice them before, or maybe they weren't there before.
They might not have been. Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Okay, I can
All
rest
right.
easy.
Yeah.
All right.
Me too. Me too.
Okay.
So basically the cliffhanger was the hey, it's a new arc, you know?
Right, yeah,
With a
yeah.
side of cliffhanger and okay.
Oh boy.
The bodies were definitely a
Fakes.
fake.
Yep. Mhm.
It was something Sho did
Mhm.
specifically to get Mob riled up,
Right.
and he
Oh.
saved Ritsu
Mhm.
and his family and everyone.
Yeah.
because of their past interactions and stuff.
And probably because he wanted to recruit them.
Yes, definitely because he wanted to recruit them for sure. Now the thing that's interesting about this is they've got this whole world domination thing going on, with Claw basically having some really powerful psychics that will broadcast to the world that this is what we are planning to do.
Right.
And there are 6 of them, or does he
5
count
of them.
Does he count as
counts
the
as one
ultimate?
of the 5. I think he
Okay.
does.
Well, either way, there's a very small number of them that are actually a legitimate threat.
Right.
And with them, they could seriously do some damage here.
Yeah. But like, even with the abilities that we've seen so far, like the broadcasting the airwaves and all that stuff, and the teleporting, like all insanely crazy abilities, and the one that's like super strong, how do you translate that to scale where you could actually conquer the world?
So this is the way they do it. It's actually all the media guy. All he has to do is make the world scared enough of them.
Okay.
And then the chaos that is inflicted on Japan, they say, look at this. This is what we have
made
done.
an example,
We made an example of Japan. Would you like this to happen to the rest of the world? If not, surrender yourselves, basically, to
what
us.
are those nukes coming down towards us?
Okay. You don't go all crazy here for a second. But the point is that there's a small number of them.
Yeah.
And do you remember how season 1 ended, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. It ended basically by a conversation.
Yes.
It ended by a talk with people who were pretending to be adults, but were basically stunted children. You know.
Yep.
Basically play acting. And I loved how that was resolved. With this here, Mob, who could have raged out and gone crazy, was actually even keeled for the most part, because Dimple essentially lied and gave information, even though he had some good reason. He had some good reason. He'd seen stuff in the past that had led him to believe that people could have done something like this.
Psychics exist, so
yes.
you know.
Yes, and that's something that was him quick thinking here. But Mob, even in his moments of where he was looking for more information, and he's like, "Where's my family? Where's Ritsu?" He didn't go crazy. He has this under control. He went and manhandled those 2 psychics he found.
That's
he did his
definitely
ping
true.
to sense them, and he's like, "Oh, that's where they are. Let's go." And he just crashes down there.
Yep.
Mob was the rule of cool this episode.
He absolutely
this was him like just,
there was a lot of rule of cool actually, just from a lot of different characters this episode, like everything they did with the Supreme 5 or whatever, Ultimate 5. That was definitely rule of cool, of having, you know, like the idea of, okay, we're gonna do this stuff, and then people are like, all right, cool, let's take down this organization. You know, why? Whatever. You know, the show. And then of course that fails, right? And then they use that as a way to build up these Ultimate 5.
Right.
And then having that fight with Taro at the end was great. I've always wanted to see a fight that involves teleporting like that. Because, I mean, like, think about it, it'd be pretty terrifying if you had the reaction speed to be able to teleport like that. Who could stop you?
Yeah, and even then, he was more interested in actually talking and kind of, you know, gloating than really fighting at his maximum. Like, he's someone that could actually be a problem for Mob. Like, because all he needs to do is just grab someone Mob cares about and just, like,
sure.
Are you going to find me? No, you won't, because I'm going to be on the other side of the planet. And then, who cares, you know? So, they're building up, I would say, another climactic season 1 style finale, which was something I actually wasn't looking forward to particularly earlier on, because of the context of believing that Mob's family was dead.
Right.
It changed my entire outlook on how this season would go.
Yeah.
Now, because they've essentially said, hey, we debated you all with some very very dickish kind of cliffhangery move, with which I understand why they do that. But, like, come on, show.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like,
I loved the fact that they made it be a thing of where Mob needed to be continuously kind of
motivated in
that regard.
And this definitely does that. Yeah.
But it was kind of a thing of where this is more people trying to use Mob. And I think that fits in line with what the show has been about a lot
Sure.
up until this point. So when this is all said and done, there's going to be some people that need to explain some things to Mob. And that might not go super well. But I think Mob will be happy enough to see Ritsu and his parents that he might be willing to overlook it. Yeah. But this might be the last time Mob is used for a while. Well, like and after this whole encounter, combat, battle, crazy, world domination strategy.
Right. The thing is that it's a different person trying to use him, and that's what makes me not too worried. Because there will always be people trying to use Mob. Like that's just how it makes sense.
Successfully using Mob.
Well, yeah, and I don't know if this how successful this was. Who knows? We have to see moving forward, because the fact that Dimple was there, that's huge. Because I feel like the main goal that show would have had would be to then have it be that, oh yeah, this was obviously Claw,
yes, it's a form of a false flag where he's basically like, hey, Claw is the aggressor. Well, exactly. they were going to be the aggressor, but he just staged it in such a way to where Claw didn't actually do any real damage. And therefore now Mob has a reason to fight Claw when they declare that they're going to dominate the world, which is then added to be extra hilarious by the fact that their TV didn't receive the message about world domination, or they weren't paying attention, like it was just off, for instance.
Exactly, and maybe it came on for like 5 seconds, but they were in another room. Who knows? You know? And of course they would find out about it, once they go onto the internet or something.
Yes. But, now Teru, I think.
Found out about it sooner,
so they're all going to find out about it in the next episodes. That's fine. But I did find that to be really funny, in that it's like, well, show you counted on Mob being by a TV to make sure that he would be continually motivated to go all the way to the top of Claw and defeat them.
Well, I think that he was counting on that Mob's rage wouldn't quiet anytime soon, and that he would basically figure out that declaration was made, But,
I think he would eventually. I'm just wondering if he was using him as basically another weapon to go at his dad.
Probably.
And then how direct he wanted that to be. Because I don't think he was planning on the other members of the 7th Division of Claw basically coming together and forming this other, group of espers and stuff like that. So if anything, what's cool here is we've got a bunch of different groups of psychic users.
Indeed, yes.
This is kind of crazy. We have Ritsu and Show's group. We have Mob, Reagan, and the Claw people's group, the ex-members of Claw. We have Claw's Ultimate 5,
right,
which is like the cream of the crop.
Exactly. We have regular Claw.
We
have the Helmet Cult.
Yeah, and we have the regular psychics that are around the country that we know about. They're like watching the TV and stuff.
That was great.
That was something else.
Just like,
oh my god, yeah. And then we have also the spies that were from apparently the Japanese government,
right?
Which means they know about psychics and like legit
they know about
psychics
and all that, and
So this could escalate into some kind of international. Yes, kind of war of sorts, where basically like reinforcement, psychics were dropped in from from who knows where, come in and deal with this whole thing here. I'm just saying that there's some really cool ways that they can escalate the conflict, given that the world knew about psychics before Claw revealed themselves.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's a fun world building thing. Mob is going to be okay.
Mob's going to be okay.
Everything is going to be Daijouba. What the heck? Man. Like, just the fact that everything is actually going to be okay, like that. I think that just shows us how much of a cliffhanger, how much of a dick move the cliffhanger was.
Right, because the thing is, here's the thing. I mean, one, it's the only time the show has done something like that, and it was late enough in the show that it was unexpected, right? Because if they had tried to do something like that early on, then it's like it would have felt kind of cliche, right? Even though it still would have hit hard because we care about our boy. But the fact that it happened there, it was like, oh man, this is how they could do it. Because if you think about the first season, they showed a darker side of Ritsu, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, so now for season 2, and it had been built up that they were going to show a potentially darker side of Mob, and they still have.
Right.
They still have.
Yeah.
But then they were like, haha, and you thought it was going to go far? You don't know anything. It's going to go crazy. But then they're like, nope, not quite.
Yep.
Not quite that crazy. That would be ridiculous. Yeah.
But what I think they did here also that's kind of good to point out was they reminded us in a lot of ways how silly Mob Psycho is as a show.
Yes.
Now, this is something where I'm not meaning
Mm-hmm.
silly in that you don't take it seriously, but silly in that there's
a lot of silliness in Mob Psycho.
that it's ridiculous,
Mhm.
and that's a part of it down to every character. So remember when it was like, oh no, the end of the world, lol, what an edgelord,
Yeah.
like that whole little Twitter commentary stuff like that. What I find actually really funny is that you think back to season 1's whole ending bit with Claw, and there's all these edgelords that are basically like, yes, you fear us and all that.
My black hole powers.
yes, exactly. I love that we have in this part here a little bit more reason to legitimately take them seriously.
Yes.
Because they've amassed a following, because they're actually hitting civilians who are vulnerable. It's
the betrayal and comeuppance on the betrayal was I think them wanting to make sure of that.
Yes. And it's also something where this is not the bad guy's base getting assaulted. This is something where the bad guys are going out. They are initiating this conflict. In Mob Psycho Season 1, one of the most terrifying parts of the show was when the guy with the scar and the mohawk bald guy came and basically started attacking Ritsu and Mob. That was so scary, not because we were worried about what would happen to Mob, but we were worried about what might happen to Ritsu and what Mob would be willing to do in order to protect Ritsu.
Because this wasn't like some bully person that had like a chip on his shoulder. You know? This was someone who would kill.
Yes.
Like would really kill and would have no issue with it whatsoever.
No issue with that.
Yeah.
And we had all these other regular kids who were kind of maybe bullies in some ways, just watching from the sideline. And even though we didn't necessarily care about them as like characters, we're thinking, oh God, this guy or Mob could kill them. As just like, oh, oops, I accidentally just killed 20 of them. And we kind of subconsciously knew, oh yeah, we don't want that. And now we've got at least 5, maybe 6 of these, really powerful other psychics that have just been brought in for the purpose of basically ending, I think, the Claw plot conflict.
Which might be the plot of the whole show. I don't know.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Yeah, probably not. Because Mob tends to resolve things quickly once he actually reaches the people.
Yes, exactly.
Although with teleporting, that could be tough.
That could be tough.
Could be tough.
That could be tough.
Yeah. Actually, that teleporting guy, I think, is the most busted out of anybody. He could just, forget anyone trying to drop nukes on them. He could just teleport to a nuclear facility, drop nukes on other people. Maybe there'd be different things where it's like you wouldn't be able to arm them or whatever, but
Yeah, I think actually the electric guy, the electronics guy is more dangerous than him.
Well, yeah, he's more dangerous in like a societal sense, but not in like a killing people sense, I don't think.
No, I think in the killing people sense as well.
Oh, really?
Like he caused mass worldwide panic.
Okay.
Because
I could see that.
You just have people rioting in the streets, Jacob.
Sure,
How many deaths come from that if that happened globally?
Well, what if like every nuclear reactor in the world suddenly, got breached?
Yeah.
Right?
I think that this guy has a range limit in his teleporting.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think he does. I think the fact that they're starting things out on a national level in Japan,
rather than a global level right out the gate. Like that could just be just an anime thing, because
it is probably, but I don't think we're supposed to read too much also into any of their abilities because I doubt any of them are going to last this season.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
None of them? Not even the head honcho?
I don't know specifically about living or dying, but I think it's going to end very similar.
Threats.
Yeah, as threats. Yeah, by the end of the season. Yeah, for sure. the whole thing of Sho being against his father here, I think, is kind of interesting.
Yeah. I didn't like Sho from the beginning, like of what we saw of him. I'm like, okay, it seemed like an edgelord kind of a thing, but now it's like, oh, he's got a goal, and it's not, it's not a binary thing, right? It's different than what I would expect. Dissension within the ranks. That's interesting to me. Yeah.
Yeah, and he saw it as a form of embarrassment.
Right.
So this is something that I find that his character could actually be given some legitimate depth here. If they do that, then that's awesome.
Yep.
Because in some ways, this is going to be a show about the kids, basically, taking down the adults and stuff like that. And Reagan is the adult kid. So he is
so naturally he's the leader.
And so naturally he's the leader.
Yep. Yeah. And I love that they officially made him the leader, because they still don't know if he has psychic powers or whatnot. They don't know.
They believe he does.
They believe he's a veritable god.
Oh yeah. And that's all you all you need.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs to, Jotaro point, in a specific direction. They're like, yes, absolutely.
Wow. Yeah.
I loved the whole thing of them him trying to limit the amount of beef one of them would consume, and the other guy was like, hey, make sure you listen to Reagan-sama.
Exactly.
And the guy's like, what's the deal? It's these kinds of little goofy character interaction things where I get it. They all have names.
But
I'm not going to remember.
Yeah, we're not
going to
remember the names.
There's like 20 new characters introduced
this episode.
Well, no, probably more like 7 to 10. But
then a bunch brought back from season 1, and they were essentially out of the story.
Yeah.
One of the things that I really want to see moving forward, and they don't need to do this, but it would just be so amazing.
Yeah. Is
the Helmet Cult trying to pitch in and help out? Because
well, I think that's the thing of once Mob reveals himself.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then they will. Yeah.
Right. And that'll just be so great to see, because I love the idea of this crazy psychic terrorist organization, and then this cult set up by this high school photographer.
Middle school photographer.
Middle school. That's right. Wait. Yes, that's right. The Body Improvement Club are middle schoolers.
Wait. Are they?
I believe so. Salt Lake Middle School. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Body Improvement Club are middle schoolers. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is gonna get crazy. I love the escalation of the conflict, having a good foundation by bringing all the characters into play immediately.
Yeah.
And then it seems like they're going to segment things out into a bunch of, little battles and stuff all over the place.
Right. Now they can execute however they see fit to execute, since they've gotten everyone on the same page.
But they started so quickly with Teru finding the
teleporting guy.
Blind teleporting guy.
Yeah,
which, by the way, as far as the combination goes, having some level of predicting precognitive abilities and teleporting, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's give him every busted ability.
Right, because the thing is, the big limit with teleportation usually is that, well, how do you know where you're going, right? So it might be something, place you've seen before, or line of sight or something like that.
Right.
But if he has some sort of clairvoyance, then and he can just dodge bullets and stuff, then with teleporting, mind control is basically the only way to take him.
He has to choose to fight you, otherwise he won't really lose.
Well, yeah, that too. Although if Mob did that thing again, maybe he would be able to find him. I don't know.
I think that's what Teru did. Also, one of the things I noticed that's really interesting is there are crossover named psychic attack abilities, which I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh,
all
gotcha.
Right. That's kind of interesting. In season 1, they didn't really focus on naming every single ability. They named a lot of them.
Yes.
But in this one, they're basically like, oh, no. We name everything. We explain everything. It's going very shonen in a kind of funny way, like a, psychic battle shonen kind of thing.
With Mob being the one person that doesn't name any of his moves because he just wants to do something. And it happens.
His will is reality.
Exactly. I would love to see Teru learn to, when he creates a force field against someone that can teleport, make it something that is close to his own body. That would be.
Well, I think he has his own barrier. But
well, right, but like those other barriers that he made, he's like, oh, well, they're trying to get through this,
Right, he made those stronger than the one around his body, so he got obliterated.
So, it's like, why don't you just like have it like be like 6 inches away from you? That way, he can't actually teleport in there with you.
Jacob, it's like he basically put percentages of his aura into each
just
barrier.
The wrong place.
Yeah, he just misallocated it. That's all.
Yeah. Yes. It's weird though seeing him without his long hair. Like I'm excited every time I see him because Teru is one of my favorite like side characters in Mob Psycho.
He's amazing. Yeah.
But there's a part of me that wishes he still had the hair tower.
Hair-chan is a good character too. Reagan and Dimple's decision to calm Mob's nerves in this way.
Very good.
I love it.
Yep.
I love the way Mob approaches Reagan and he's like, Sensei, my family. And he's like, don't worry about it, Mob. It's going to be
And the way he instantly believes Reagan. Like
he instantly believes him.
And the thing is, even after everything that they went through in the previous arc where Mob, learned to doubt Reagan and be like, maybe not take everything he says so at face value.
But Mob's been compromised. Mob's been emotionally compromised. He
needs an anchor.
He needs hope. And I love that.
Yep.
I love that we saw his 100% obsession, which, by the way, very cool choice of,
having it be obsession.
What type of explosion it was, and that's why he was all like, "Oh, like found you guys," and they're like, "Yes, we're going to take you to
You're wasting my time."
Yeah. And he's all like, "Yeah. What? Are my family there? No, of course not. Okay, then we're not going there."
And then he just picks up the cart.
Well, yeah. Once he finds out, but your master is there, and he's like, "Oh, Reagan. Well, then let's make haste." Picks the car up. It just goes.
Yep. It's like, well, we don't think anyone's tailing us anymore. Yeah. Great episode. Absolutely great episode.
Yeah, very, very good episode.
It just feels very weird to be so like okay with the events that are going on right now.
Right.
And the whole joke, by the way, the joke with the parents and the establishment and being like, does it have any shady connections? No. Everything's like farm meat and like it's.
That was hilarious.
That was great.
That was really funny.
That was awesome.
So good stuff. Not a crazy amount to discuss here, other than we're about to get into some Claw versus Zawado.
Yeah, everyone else.
That sounds good. So y'all, if you want to see the next episode's reaction, sorry, you have to wait till next week because we don't have early access because we watch these week to week.
Exactly.
But yeah, if you want to watch full-length reactions, check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. If you want to get involved in the discussion of things on our Discord, any level of support gets you access to that. You can chat with us about other stories or just hang out in general and chat about whatever. Yeah. And Jacob's going to promote something here real quick.
Indeed. So my sci-fi novel Battle Lines is still available for pre-order. The link to the Kickstarter is in a pinned comment down below. Go check it out. It is a wonderful, fantastic story, and I think you'd really like it.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.